Hello my dear YouTube students, welcome to my channel. Today in this video we are going to learn the summary of a class 10 lesson, The Girl Who Was Annefrank. So within a small duration we are going to learn the entire chapter and sum up. So stay tuned till the last and do not miss any part of it. And if you are watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of all the upcoming videos. So now let's move ahead students. But there's one more news for you all that we have come up with Scorpio class Hindi channel for you all, and you're going to find all the Hindi lessons explanation and question and answer video of class 8, 9 and 10 in this channel. So please visit the description box and find the link and subscribe to channel and take the fullest benefits. So let's move ahead now and look about the author. Louis De Jong is the author of this chapter, and he was born on 24th April 1914 and he lived till 15th March 2005. He was in Amsterdam. He was a Dutch journalist and a historian. He specialized in the history of the Netherlands in World War II and the Dutch resistance. Okay, so he was an historian and a journalist too of his place. So now let's move ahead and see the summary of this chapter. So this lesson is about Annie Frank, the teenage girl who wrote a diary because she had no other friends and thereby recorded a world of information about the Nazi activities. Okay. So she just started writing diary because she had no friends to share with them the problems and whatever she had to share with the friends. So she made her diary and she started recording everything in it. Now her diary has been translated into 19 languages and drama based on it has run for months. Okay, so the diary which she had written had been translated into 19 languages and also it was made as a drama and played and it ran for many months. The Annie Frank, a German born as Annelies Mary, was the daughter of Otto Frank, who was a banker. Okay, so her full name was Annelies Mary and she was a German born girl. Now, she died at a very young age and her diary went on to become something much more than a diary or a record of troubled times. Okay, but though she died at a very young age, her diary which she had left behind had much more to say. It was much more than a diary, or you can say it was a record of troubled times. Whatever troubled times and pain and sufferings they were going on through, everything she had noted in it. Now it became an inspirational story for the young and old. So her diary, when it was published in many languages, when it was read, it became an inspirational story for everyone, whether it's young or old or whoever it is. Okay, next. Anne Frank's father, Otto Frank, a banker, moved to Netherlands when Hitler became powerful and assumed leadership of Germany as the head of the Nazi party. Okay, so it was during this World War II when Hitler he had become a powerful leader and he became the leader of Germany and he headed the Nazi party. Now later, when Hitler invaded Netherlands too, Otto Frank, along with his wife and two daughters, shifted to an annex above his office. There they lived with another family consisting of a boy and his parents for 2 years in secrecy. Okay, so when Hitler, after coming to Germany, when he invaded Netherlands, where exactly this Otto Frank and Annie used to live, they shifted from there. Otto Frank, along with his wife and daughter, shifted to an annex. Annex is a small room above your house, okay, a rooftop room, you can say. So they started living there, and there was one more family who had the parent and a boy, and all both this family lived there for 2 years in secrecy. Means they were hiding because they should not be found by the Nazi people. So their only connection with the outside world was through the radio and four members of Otto Frank's staff. So when they were hiding there, they were living in secrecy for 2 years. There was only a connection which through which they could know about the outside world was the radio, and there were four members who were working in Otto Frank's staff. So whatever they needed, they wanted, they were just taking help of these four members. Then, on Anne's 13th birthday, she had been given a diary, and in this, she described her life in the annex. Okay, so first we saw that she started writing a diary because she had nobody as a friend. So, there was a 13th birthday when she was celebrating, and she had got a gift from her parents, and that was a diary. And there, in that, she started writing everything, and she just started describing her life, how she had spent in that annex when they were hiding and living the life in secrecy. She felt that she was a songbird and whose wings had been ripped off. She kept her diaries a secret, and her father allowed her to keep them in his briefcase. Now she felt that she's like a songbird who has been caught in the cage, and her wings have been cut off because she was living in an annex, hiding from everyone, and because they wanted to save their life. So she felt as if she was a songbird. Now, whatever she wrote in her diaries, it was a secret. She did not share or show it to anybody. And as a secret, she wanted to keep it in a safer place. So her father had allowed her to keep them in his briefcase. So that was the safest place to keep it as a secret for her. Then 2 years later, the hiding place is detected, and all the people are arrested and taken in cattle trucks to death camp in southern Poland. Okay, so after 2 years, the place where they were hiding was detected by the Nazis, and they came and they arrested them. They put them in the trucks and they took them to the death camp in the southern Poland. The men are separated from the woman, and the mother, Mrs. Frank, dies very soon. So they did not keep the entire family together, but they separated the men and the women. And due to this, Mrs. Frank, she died very soon, the mother of Anne Frank. The girls are starved and taken to another camp where they are afflicted by typhoid fever. Both of them die very soon. So these two girls, that is Annie Frank and her sister, they were taken to a separate camp, and where they starved. They were hungry, and they did not get any facilities. And due to this, they were afflicted to typhoid fever and they succumbed to death. From very soon, both of them died. The father, however, manages to survive and is freed by the Russians. He meets his former typist who gave him Anne's diaries. So the father somehow managed to survive when the all the people who were prisoned were freed by Russians. And then when he goes back to his office and he meets his former typist, he hands over this Anne's diary which he had found there, and then he comes to know, then Otto Frank starts reading it. What is it written in? Then the reading of these diaries gives Otto Frank a new purpose in life. So as and when he started reading the diary of Annie Frank, it gave him a new purpose to live a life, because till now he had lost everyone. There was no purpose in the life. But when he saw the diary, when he read it, what Annie had written, it gave a new purpose to him. An article about these diaries inspires Otto's friends to have all of them published. Though two publishers refuse to publish it, the third one publishes it, and immediately it becomes popular worldwide. Okay, so there were many articles written by Annie in those diaries, and one of the Otto's friends who read this or saw this diary, he got inspired and he said that this have to be published. And they went to publishers, but first two publishers refused to publish it, but the third one agreed and he published it, and immediately the book became the worldwide famous. Okay, and it was well known and well read book throughout the world. Then Jews all over the world and many people from oppressed countries connect to it easily and write to Otto Frank to say so. So many of the Jews who were living all across the world, they started writing about what has happened, and they started giving their warm wishes and their comments, and they wrote to Otto Frank, and very easily they got connected. Very easily they started replying. So Otto Frank here devotes all his time to reply to these letters. Even Otto Frank replies each letter very honestly, and he started doing this work. Then many memorials are set up in her name, and youngsters pay tribute to her grave in the Bergen Belsen concentration camp. So many of the memorials have been set up by her name, many NGOs, many big institutions, just to give a tribute to her. And many of the youngsters also go to her grave to give a tribute in the Bergen Belsen concentration camp where she had died. Now, her life serves as a message of courage, tolerance, and optimism to the whole world. Okay, so her life, whatever she has spent, she is giving a message of courage, of tolerance, and of optimism to the whole world. So this ends up with the summary of the lesson, and I hope you all understood it. And the explanation of this chapter entirely and the question answers video has been already uploaded, and the link of those videos will be shared in the description box, as well as it will be shared above in the I button too, and in the end screen, so you can check it from there and see the whole explanation and question answers. And I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. And stay tuned so that we will be back soon with more such videos. Thank you and take care.